So firstly, let's go through the site analysis. On a macro scale, the site is located in the northern precinct of the central catchment areas. Its location is within 1 kilometer distance to Mayflower and Bright Hill MRT stations of the Thomson East Coast Line. The site is serviced by a new slip road called 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 Rise, branching from the main road to the south at 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 Avenue 1, where it leads to CTE. It is also closely linked to the new north-south corridor, slated to be completed in 2026-2027, a new expressway that will alleviate traffic on the CTE, connecting the northern region to the city by saving traveling time of about 10 to 15 minutes. The site is also bounded by parks, water bodies of the central catchment areas, like McRitchie. And then from the development guide plan wise, the site is located within residential zoning of 2.5 plot ratio, site area of 12,679 square meters, rendering a maximum GFA of 31,889 square meters. To the east-south zone as residential, to the west and southwest, green parks and reservoirs, and to the north, landed development. So if you see, this is a summary of the story heights of the surrounding buildings adjacent to our site. To the east of us, predominantly HDB, and then to the south, future development, and directly to the north-northwest, two-story landed. So there's a pocketed views that we can see from our site because there's a road coming in called 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 Rise. There's this pocket view that we can look down towards the south, towards the 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 and Bishan Park. So again, this is a summary of the views in regards to the site context. North aspect totally unblocked, looking over low-rise landed and nature to the west, and pocketed park views to the south. So this is a photo of the north part of the site, Shangri-La Park Estate. And then the next slide shows the east, the cluster of HDB flats and multi-story car park, photos 1, 2, 3, and 5. Photo 6 shows the future residential development to the south of our site. And finally, photo 4, the landed low-rise Shangri-La Park Estate. The context of the site, where Reservoirs Park, is actually where we draw inspiration for the design concept, where nature and its organic forms in the greens versus man-made more organic elements converge. So positioning 2 residential towers within the site, tilted at an angle to best capture views to the north-south aspect and pocketed views to the reservoirs and the parks. We then decided to stagger the blocks to allow for more potential corner views as well as openness to the tower placement within the landscape deck. Articulation of the facade by breaking the tower forms into a series of smaller rectangular blocks on a smaller scale to get a better proportion of the tower in terms of the height and the length ratio. After which we inserted a series of greens and blues, pools and landscape facilities in conjunction with the different levels of the existing contours of the site. And then the placement of the clubhouse facilities as the focal point as we enter into the development, as well as careful juxtaposition of the tennis courts and other dismanities like the substation and the bin center, carefully tucked away from views and treated well. So we have a total of 2 blocks at 25 stories, total of 372 units, including 3 penthouses on 2 towers, Tower 21 on the left and Tower 23 on the right. One of the towers, Tower 21 is actually elevated from the lower landscape deck, and 23 is actually resting on the higher landscape deck. This will be a PVVC development with a floor-to-floor height of 3150 floor-to-floor, and a good range of unit sizes from 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, which all the units have a north-south facing. So the existing land profiles of almost 9 to 10 meters difference in level from the main entrance of the south. If you look at the north point, the south being the road coming in 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 Rise, which is a new road, entrance with the gantry point guard house entering at level 14.8. There's a slight slope to the side of our site, sloping up to 18.85 to the lower landscape deck at level 20. That's where Tower 21 is sited and lifted up from the ground. And then going up to the upper deck at level 22.6, this is actually where Tower 23 sits on top of this landscape deck level. And then we have also the driveway as we drop off, that driveway linking all the way down to below the tennis court. That's actually where we place our bin center and substation, just below the tennis court at level 18, which is also in conjunction with the level of the tennis courts above it. So we have two clusters of clubhouse features as you enter and drop off. The first cluster is actually at the text, if you can see 19.5. We have two clusters of main clubhouse with the pool, 50-meter lap pool in between the two towers of Tower 21 and 23. And the second cluster of clubhouse will be located just adjacent to the tennis court above to the north of our site. So as a summary of this, in this cross section, the design strategy is actually to lift up one of the towers so that we can have better views for the units lifted up, and then creating also to allow for more greens to filter and tucked in below this towers itself. And then we have also carefully tucked in the basement car parks and the first story car parks to merge in together with the land contour of the site as it tapers up to the north of our site. So the towers are basically mirror image with 8 units per core, smaller units to the middle and larger units at the corners. And each of these towers is serviced by a storage shelter staircase and a natural ventilated staircase. 3 stacks of the 3-bedroom premium and 5-bedroom premium will have a private lift. And upon reaching to the last level, these units are merged only to form 3 larger penthouse units. So the entrance approach from the guardhouse gantry barrier to the entrance drop-off point, one is greeted by the water cascade where you see the car on the left-hand side behind the car. Actually, there's a waterfall feature. And then the landscape courtyard where one is able to take the lift or staircase up to the upper deck. Using the land contours of differing heights, we also wanted to create spaces that are interesting, that has an element of surprise. So as you drop off, a green courtyard greets you, and as you transverse vertically up through the lifts and stairs, your vista opens up to the main clubhouse and a pool, and a vast landscape space. The inspiration of the clubhouse also engages a resort and nature feel with soft curvilinear forms that are taken from natural site context of the existing parks and the reservoirs. So this is the perspective image of as you arrive at the landscape deck, you access to see this vista of a gorgeous view of the 50-meter lap pool and a cascading waterfall behind it at the backdrop. And to the right, you actually have the social space and the gym in a very curvilinear form. Another composition of a function room to the left with a changing room with draping greens that overlooks into this main pool space. In terms of pedestrian circulation, as you walk into the development, the lift, as I mentioned, and the staircase in a pink brings you up to the landscape deck above it. You can see the 2 curved shapes of the social space and the gym, as well as the function room, overlooks to the 50-meter lap pool. And then there's another lift in a pink, which is at the back as a communal lift to take you up to another set of facilities with barbecue pavilions adjacent to the tennis court to the north of the site. So this is one of the two barbecue pavilions adjacent to the function room to the north of site, adjacent to the tennis court. The car park comprised of a lower and upper deck. The service access takes the bin center and the substation to the lower level, and the tennis court on top of it. So you can see again the lifts, the private lifts and the communal lifts in the brown, as well as the beige, brings you up from this basement car park to the unit apartments above. And then this will be the first story car park on the upper deck. The ramp goes up to link the upper deck of the car park, which is almost similar level to the tennis court. This slide shows the spacing of between the towers, 9.3 meters to the boundary setback, and in between the 2 blocks, 12 meters, and 26 meters of block 23 to the north of the landed development, and 19.5 to the edge of the tennis court, which is sunken. Finally, we leave you with this image of the hero shot of the main building architecture, the design that is elegant and timeless. Thank you.
Now, couple of things to note which we found important is when you look at the site, there's this green belt that leads you off to the horizon, and you already know from King Thi's presentation that there's landed property on one side and HDB elements on the other side. So this uncluttered green belt was. So for the landscape design concept, it's a series of axes juxtaposed in the manner of the minimalist art style of the de-still movement, which plays with simplified compositions. And if you're wondering what the de-still movement is about, it's the fundamental principle of the geometry of the straight line, the square, and the rectangle, which then is combined with a strong asymmetricality, and it also involves the use of colors. So basically what we have here for us is the pools themselves, and this view off into that green belt that I just mentioned earlier. Those are the elements that and then these are the pools that form the lines that we play with. And the proximity to nature and all the different parts that Kingsley mentioned is the asymmetricality in our case. So what we have is basically a strong intimacy with nature, and that is pervasive throughout the organic forms in the site and in the design. And again, as I've mentioned, the major axis is the 50-meter lap pool between the two blocks, and that's one big rectangle in that area. And then into the hillside, which is the high level here where your landed property is, we have a terminus water cascade wall there. So in terms of the communal facilities, there is a lot of facilities here, and the major ones are, of course, the arrival court, and basically then you have what is a sort of a waterfall garden here as you enter, and then apart from that, you have things like the function rooms and the social space, the gym. The kids splash is here, recreational pool is there. Number 8 is basically an aquatherapy pool. And then after that, for number 12, you have the flower gardens. 30, which is basically a chill out pavilion at this corner. And then beyond that, what you have towards the rear would be the number 18, which is the lounge pool with cabanas. 19 is a cascading stream that takes advantage of the terrain of the site. 20 is the waterfall. This waterfall is what I mentioned earlier, which ends the axis of the main 50-meter pool. And then you have the yoga lawn at 21, the kids play, which is basically 23 in this area, and the leisure pool as well. So sorry, kids play is this zone, and then that's your leisure pool. And then finally, you have 24, which is the aqua gym, and 25, which are your function room. 28, the gourmet pavilion here. 27 is a fairly long, open linear lawn. Chill out pavilion, which is number 30, is basically, let me see, number 30 somehow is not marked. But anyway, 32 then is a vitality pool towards the side here. And 35, you have the elements like the outdoor fitness. And 36 along this edge, because we're trying to provide privacy, both for the residents here and also for the landed property. This became a fairly thick wooded area. And 37 is basically the swing gate out to that side. So, and this is the major facilities that you can see on the E-deck. So zooming in close, what you see here are the various facilities already mentioned. Your entrance, your main entrance, the drop-off area. This is the oasis, the gym. Number 3 is the function room number 1. This is the kids splash zone. 6 is the party deck, 6 here, that wraps around the end of the 50-meter pool, which is number 17. The recreational pool here. 7 is basically a lounge deck at a higher level as compared to number 6. And then 7 on the other side is at the same level as level 6. And number 8 is your aquatherapy pool. This is basically the perspective view as you enter. And the oasis arrival feature, which is a waterfall, is in this zone. And this is at perspective of the gym. And then function room number 1. And you see the end of the lap pool, which is basically an elevated pool, and it has acrylic walls on the side, so it appears like a crystal cube. This is the recreational pool in this zone, which is at a higher level, and then it sort of cascades down. You get a vanishing edge along this point, and then from there, This is another water feature that cascades into the kids' splash zone. These elements that you see here pointed out are the water play equipment. And then beyond that, the function room number 1 and block 21 in the distance, block 23, which is closer to us. Now, for this area, which is further on, this is basically something that's a lot more naturalistic to recall the Bishan Park Ang Mo Kio area. So it's supposed to feel very park-like, very naturalistic and lush. And beyond this, you would see the gym and social space. This is the aquatherapy pool and then the lounge deck here. So for the elements off to the left, again, the main bar of the number 17 is the 50-meter lap pool. And then 18 is the lounge pool with the cabana, so the tucked in. It's tucked in because the site from here keeps rising towards the back. And then number 20 at the high point, you have the terminus water wall. So the chill out pavilion number 30, it's here. And then also you have that cascading stream, number 19. 15 is basically a lawn area. And then you have other elements like number 11, which is a sitting alcove. 13, which is the foot reflexology underneath the trees here. And then also 14, which is a pet play space. So just an idea of what the cabanas would look like and the cascading stream by the side of it. By daytime, this is the pool cabanas at the end of the 50-meter pool. So the other end here, where the pointer is, that's the side that is close to the gym, which is here. So that's your 50-meter lap. And then this area is your sun deck. And then this becomes a sort of a lounge pool tucked away from the cascading water that wraps around you. So for the upper E deck, what you would have is basically starting with 21, this is the yoga lawn. 23 is the leisure pool. 24, the aqua gym pool in this zone. You have the other function room number 2 and number 3, which is 25 and 26 together. And then 28 is your gourmet pavilion. And then 29 is a grill pavilion. So you've got a lot of external facilities that face a landscape that is quite open, because you would have 27, you have the open lawn in here. And then beyond that, you have things like 37, which is your swing garden, the rustic woodland mentioned earlier. 36, that is a whole stretch, which is heavily planted to be a rustic woodland. And 35 is your outdoor fitness zone. 31 becomes your hammock deck. And this vitality pool is something that is like an overlook out into that green space, which is unencumbered and is open. 33 is, of course, the tennis court. And then 34 is a small and reading terrace. And this is basically the playground, number 22. So this is a view from the model and a perspective shot, whereby you see the lounge deck, the aqua gym pool, the kids play, which is made out of elements that are more naturalistic in character and not so much your typical metal sort of bright colored equipment. So this is meant to be in character with the context. And then function rooms 2, 3, the gourmet pavilion, and then the open lawn beyond. And this is a perspective of the same area, the swing garden here, and then behind that is the fitness area. So at this point, what you have in front of you is the vitality pool. That's the perspective of it with the vanishing edge, which is off to the green open corridor that we showed you earlier at the beginning. And this is the vitality pool here at the edge of the site. And then this comes down basically to exit at the side gate. And then this is a gourmet pavilion in this case. And what you have here is also the gourmet pavilion and the grill pavilion. And this is our last slide. Thank you very much.
The sun tanning here, remember the men can enjoy the sun tanning here. The 50-meter lap pool, there's 2 towers, left and right, seamlessly connected, providing the shade for the ladies who want to continue to keep fair complexion. And friends and even loved one, or maybe grandparents and toddlers can enjoy a nice pool cabana at this lounge pool area here. So that is the kind of family bonding that the AMO Residences can achieve. So next, upper E deck. So you can see this upper E deck, as you can see in this, there's a plenty. If you look at the Ang Mo Kio Bishan inspiration, there's many long garden. Okay, long garden meaning white patches garden. So as you can see from the patches garden 21, you got the long garden for toddlers to run about, for you to do your yoga, you know, your yoga, for the kids to just roll about. So that's the idea. And integrate with the kids play. So the kids can enjoy the outdoor run, kids run. So that is the kind. And not only just kids play, but also another what we call leisure pool, aqua gym pool. For aqua gym pool, especially ladies wanted to tone your muscle, okay, integrate with garden, long garden. You see this 27, a super long garden. And remember, this is near the, we call it Tower 23, where they got 2 pavilions, not 1, 2 pavilions. And the pavilions are integrated with microwave, microwave, and also integrated fridge. So it's very, very enjoyable if you get your friends to these pavilions. And of course, this open long lawn. And at the same time, you can enjoy a mini privacy hammock here. And you can enjoy another pool all the way tucked at the corner, Vitality Pool, towards the green. So later you get to see the green all the way towards this area. And for tennis enthusiasts, you can play tennis tucked at level 1, okay, away from the good space buffering from the residential units. Remember earlier on, that's one of the planning consideration. And of course, reading terrace, a quiet corner reading terraces. And this long stretch is where the organic forms, remember, making sure that we don't destroy whatever that's existing, but building it on the organic long, they call it woodlands, rustic woodlands, where you can enjoy a whole range of rustic woodlands, even in AMO Residences. And of course, at the same time, enjoying a nice garden swing where toddlers and parents can play, okay, swing with their children, okay, with safety. All right. So that is the kind of lifestyle you can achieve in AMO Residences. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Can you see the long garden, like a long stretch of garden? Some swing, okay, Bishan Ang Mo Kio swing. So it's incorporated, okay, into a miniature of AMO Residences. You see the swing here? There's a mini swing garden for AMO Residences, okay, for children and parents to bond together, for children to run, for even ladies to do yoga, okay? And there's aqua gym pool for you at the same time enjoying the nature. And this is the long lounge area. And of course, the lounge deck where you can enjoy a nice cool chill beer. And the kids can run about keeping fit. And not just one, but 2 more function room. There's one more that's at Tower 21. This is at Tower 23. And not 1, but also 3 pavilions. There's 3 pavilions. There's 2 pavilions near the Tower 23 and 1 which is near the Tower 21. So that is the kind of the upper deck and the lower deck that sums up the whole facilities for AMO Residences. So in short, it is a home of indulgence, nature's indulgence. So as you can see, this is the 2 more pavilions, Gourmet pavilions and the Grill pavilions, and that's the Vitality Pool towards the greenery. Can you see this? This is the dimension, 3-dimension views. Okay, the Vitality Pool towards the greenery. And this is the kind of facilities that facilitates bond, okay, AMO Residences, which means love. All right. So next, I'm going to go into the project details. Okay, this is a 99-year lease. The lease commencement start at 30th August 2021. Comprises 2 majestic tower. Yes, there's only 372 units and 372 car park lots, with 368 car park lots and 4 EV car park lots. The expected TOP is 2026, just about the same time as the completion of the North-South corridor. Remember the transformational plan? And 31st December 2029 is the legal completion. And later I'll explain a little bit more about the award-winning teams. So next, I'm going to go deep into the Tower 21. As you can see from this Tower 21, the Tower 21 starts from the 3rd floor all the way to 25th floor. Take notes. This is tower 21. Comprises 8 stack. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stack. And 3rd floor all the way to 25th. The 2nd floor being the garden. Remember, deliberately you want to raise it. Okay, raise the tower so as to provide more greenery within the whole developments. And the basement, the whole basements are all car park. So that is for tower 21. How about tower 23? Tower 23, the unit starts from the 2nd floor all the way to 25th floor. As you can see, from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Generally, the positioning, if you recall back the architect inspiration, corner unit, you wanted to provide superb privacy. Okay, and the middle units are the smaller units, but they actually break it up. You can't actually see very clearly from this side plan, but if you recall back at how they actually break it up, the smaller rectangular block, all these small little details, okay, to make sure they maximize the view, air and light within the whole development. So you one look at it, you now can understand the inspirational behind, okay, adding the blue and the green together with the human man-made elements. So this is the tower 23. So unit mix, there's only 92 units of B1, B2, and B3. This B1, B2, and B3 comprises 614 square foot to 678 square foot. It's called a 2-bed, 1-bath, which I will elaborate later. For the 2-bed premium, very decent size, 743 square foot is the 2-bed, 2-bath, only 92 units. So 49%, only 49%. All right, looking at the demand on the ground, okay, looking at the demand on the ground, please work with your agent. Okay, don't just select only one unit. Focus on selecting the stack you like as priority, and then choosing all the different stack, okay, together with what level you prefer. Some prefer landscaping, then lower floor. Some prefer open view, far view, then higher floor. So generally, in short, don't just choose one unit, because during the VVIP ballot preview, which is on this 23rd, okay, 23rd, 9 July will be the preview, the first day. So from 9 July all the way to 23rd is for you to view the show flat and then pass the check and also the submission of a EOI to your agent. And then the check don't need to be signed. It's just a way developer wanted to make sure they only give the VVIP early bird price, okay, to the genuine client, okay, to the genuine client. So as to make sure that they can prepare the ballot, VVIP ballot ticket for you. All right, ballot VVIP ticket for you. So I hope you are lucky enough to get one unit. All right. Okay, 3-bedroom C1, 47 units only, very good size, 958, very functional. Later you get to see. 3 plus study, 1044, only 47 units. And 3-bedroom premium plus study, only 24 units. So this comprises about 32%. So just the 2-bedroom and the 3-bedroom, okay, comprises approximately about close to 81%. Very limited supply of the 4-bedroom. There's only 2 stack, okay, 2 stack, 45 units. And even lesser supply for the 5 bedrooms. There's only 22 units. And penthouse, yes, panoramic, amazing penthouse, only 3 units. Okay, the size is about 2293 and 2497. Okay, it is a smart home, so everything fingertips from the mobile handphone. And as you can see, you can also rent and ride a bike. Okay, there's 62 bicycle lots, okay, within the AMO Residences. You can book facilities. Okay, you can also have a smart IP indoor camera for security purpose. Your visitor, you can actually e-register for them, very easy. And the digital lock comes with PIN number, biometrics, or mobile app, or even PIN number for you. The biometric, we're referring to the fingerprint, all right? And smart infrared air condition. So when you're out there, you wanted to on your aircon earlier remotely, so that when you arrive at home, it becomes cool. So these have the latest technology within the AMO Residences. It's just amazing. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's coming with a higher range of fittings and appliances brand, and also DDRH. Okay. Seldom we see such a higher range of luxury appliances being provided in the OCR. Okay, for those who have attended my earlier consumer seminar, you'll realize this particular AMO Residences, even though it's OCR, is at the fringe, is at the corner of a central region area. So that's why you also realize how near it is, okay, for you to reach the city area. So you have quality finishes within the whole development. They call it affordable luxury. So it's amazing. And Roca, Jesse, and also 𝐉𝐿𝐥𝐲 for the units. You get to see and feel the units when you are at the show flex. Okay, next I'm going to touch on the functional and the efficient floor plan. Okay, you can get the floor plan. I suppose now your agent have already updated you the official floor plan. So let me go into this B1 layout. So this particular B1 layout, okay, let me push the cursor down. Okay, the B1 layout is stack 16. There's only one stack. Okay, 614 square foot. Okay, 614 square foot, 2 bed, 1 bath. As you can see from here, there's 2 bed. Okay, 1 bath. Okay, very efficient layout, dumbbell. So the dumbbell, the good plus point is the flexibility to rent out 1 bedrooms. You can rent out the 1 bedrooms for rental income to cover your mortgage. Very ideal for own stay investor. North-south orientations. No west sun. As you can see from this south facing, you get to see a nice landscaping facing. Okay, as well as a potential pocket great view of the Ang-Mo-Kio and Bishan Park view. Okay, very functional because the master bedroom you're able to fit king size bed, and the common room you're able to fit we call it a queen size bed. Open concept kitchen for this particular B1 layout. Very limited, only 24 units. Only 24, starting from 02, 16 to 25 to 25, 16. So only 24 units. B2, also the 2 bed, 1 bath, stack 04 and 13. 13 is a mirror image, as you can see from here, the cursor here. Okay, this is towards the north facing. 2 bed, 1 bath, efficient layout as well. Let me touch on, as you can see, this is a very nice enclosable, okay, kitchen, functional, enclosable kitchen. And highlight the key difference for you compared to the earlier one. Okay, this is a north facing towards the landscape as well. For landscape lover, okay, choose the lower floor. Okay, but generally speaking, like what I mentioned, choose in terms of priority. Lower floor as well as high floor, low and a high, all right? Because also depending on your ballot queue number. The master bed will be able to fit king size bed. And a 2 stack, yes, very limited. There's only 45 units for you to choose from, the 45 units. Okay, 45 units. And let me, okay. All right. Okay, B3 layout. B3 layout are referring to the O1, as you can see from this site plan here, O1. Okay, generally is quite similar to the earlier plan that we mentioned, except for the orientation. So south orientation will be facing towards the landscape view, and of course, potential great pocket view of the Ang-Mo-Kio Bishan Park. So it's similar to the earlier plan that I mentioned on B2. Okay, now I'm touching on the premium. Just remember the BP premium, we are referring to 2 bed, 2 bath. 2 bed, 2 bath. 2 bed, 2 bath. You see that? 2 bed, 2 bath. Okay, so the key thing is you can see this, the key is this see-through screen. Okay, for this particular BP1, see-through screen gives the mommy, okay, the flexibility to see the safety of the children, what they are doing, all right? And of course, it gives you the feel of expansion of space because you can see through, you see? You can see through expansion of space. So it also gives you the rentability. As you can see, you can actually rent out this. For potential investor, you can rent out this because why? It's a 1 bedroom with attached. You can rent this out to cover your rental, all right? Cover for rental. Very ideal for small couple or single with a potential investor without incurring an additional buyer stamp duty. Because if you buy 2 strata unit, you have to pay ABSD on the other strata unit. But this is considered 1 unit. Yet at the same time, give you the flexibility to still have a own stay for the whole 2 bedroom. Okay, so that is the kind of a plus point. And this one comes with 03, 05 all the way to 24, 05. or 0212 to 2412. So 2 stack only. How about the another BP2? Okay, it's also a 2-bed, 2-bath. Okay, 2-bed, 2-bath. As you can see, this is a master bedroom with bath, and this is the another bedroom with bath. Okay, so it provided the traditional, okay, the traditional side-by-side bedroom. So the developer and the architect, they provide the variety to meet the different needs. Some like dumbbell, some like side-to-side traditional. All right, but of course, these two all has its plus point. So the plus point, of course, like what I mentioned, especially for day one, you choose in terms of priority. So say if your priority is your dumbbell, then it could be dumbbell as priority 1, and then priority 2 will be traditional. It can vice versa. Some may choose traditional as a priority 1, and then dumbbell as priority 2. So the key is to make sure, because it's very limited in supply, okay, we have to look at the totality, the total concept. So try to make sure that you plan all this beforehand, so that to make sure they make a more informed decision when the ballot date, okay, the ballot date is on the, let me see, the ballot date, okay, the ballot date is on the 20, it's on the following Saturday, the ballot date is on the 23rd, okay, the ballot date is on the 23rd, okay, so at least when you put all these priority stack, writing down on the A3 size paper, so on that day, regardless of queue number, it's easier for you to make an informed decision without making rash decision. Yeah, C1. Okay, the C1 is 958 square foot. The C1, 958 square foot. Also got the C-through. Okay, the C-through. Just remember that master bedroom all can fit king size bed. The common room all can fit queen size bed. All right. So it is a very sizable 3-bedroom. Okay, good size, 958. Okay, for those who don't want just one very practical layout, but just one 3-bedroom, and you also don't want to overpay, okay, this is a 3-bedroom good layout for you to consider. North-south orientation, and this is a stack 02 and stack 15. As you can see from here, let me shift this, stack 02 and stack 15, starting from 0302 to 25th 02 and 0215 to 24th 02. And towards the south facing is the same view. I think now you probably already know towards the south the potential landscape view, as well as the landscape view, as well as the far open view, as well as the pocket Ang-Mo-Kio Bishan Park view. So it is a corner unit. Just remember the 3-bedder, 4-bedder, 5-bedder being the bigger unit, they are all corner. So you have a supreme privacy, okay, supreme privacy for you to enjoy as well. All right. So let me, okay, too many box. Let me put this. Okay, CS. S stands for study. Okay, 47 units only. There's 47 units, 0307 to 2507, and 0210 to 2510. Okay, 10 is a mirror image. Okay, I just want to highlight 3 bedrooms, all the 3 bedrooms, right? As well as the living and dining area. Can you imagine? All facing outwards. Okay, all facing outwards. Okay, sorry, this jumped a little. This should be here, and this 07 should be here. Okay, facing towards the south. Traditional. It has traditional 3-bedder, own stay. As you can see, this see-through screen. Okay, there's a see-through screen here towards the dining, living, and balcony area. So good privacy because it's also at a corner unit. See my cursor here? This is a 2-corner unit. Okay, 2-corner unit. And from this particular side window, you'll get to see the nice elongated, remember, 50-meter like pool that integrates seamlessly between that 2 towers. Naturally ventilated kitchen, okay? Naturally ventilated kitchen with a yard area, okay? Yard area for you. So that is the kind of, and not only that, if you observe this 3-bedroom plus study, right? The other plus point is this one, you got the dual access. Okay, you see, one access, dual access. So this study room, right, you got the flexibility. This study room got the dual access. You got the flexibility to convert it into a hobby room, library room, etc. Okay, or even reading room for the kids. So this is the 1044. There's only 47 units. 1044, very good size. Okay, 3-bedroom premium plus study. Okay, the 3-bedroom premium plus study. Okay, this is stack 14, as you can see from this stack 14. All the 3 bedrooms and the living room are all facing outwards as well. You got this additional home shelter, or as a, for those who want the additional storage, okay, you can choose this additional storage. This is the additional storage. Also have the see-through, okay, from the enclosed ventilated kitchen, okay, with a yard area here and WC. And this, you can double it as a domestic helper room or storage area if you want to. This facing towards the north, landed enclave, far open view. And of course, to recap, king size bed for master bedroom and queen size bed for common room. Okay, D1, very limited in supply, only 2 stack, 06 and 11. 06 and 11, it come with a private lift. I want to highlight the private lift, okay, is the good thing about this private lift, it doesn't count the strata area. Okay, that means this whole strata area is not counted. It is a super privacy on this 2 stack, 06 and 11. Come with a very nice, huge integrated domestic helper can stay here on this home shelter. It's like the whole yard area belonging to the domestic helper. Okay, to work for the family. Okay, the cookery area, the cooking area. All right, as well as the mix area. And this is the private area here. And as you can see from here, it comes with another potential room with an ensuite flexibility. You see this bedroom too? There's another door access to the shower and basin. Okay, you just have to close this door. It becomes an ensuite. So flexible to have 2 ensuite, master bedroom ensuite and a junior master ensuite. This is the flexibility. You can convert this into a study room if you want to. And this bath too will be shared between the bedroom 3 and bedroom 4. So it's a very good, nice 4-bedroom for own stay, okay, or even for investment. Because for those who attended the consumer seminar based on the big facts data, panoramic, etc., panorama, we do realize that the rich get richer. For those who, so long you don't overstretch, the bigger unit get a bigger quantum profit. Okay, last but not least is the E1. Only got 1 stack. There's only 22 units. The 22 units, which is the 5-bedroom, very, very sought after. All right. And this 5-bedroom is 1475 square foot. You got a larger size living and dining area. You come with another dry kitchen with wine chiller, and of course, very huge, sizable wet kitchen to prepare the food for the family. All right, with this home shelter, we call it domestic helper room integrated with this whole wet kitchen here, so that there's privacy for the family and also privacy for the maids as well. Come with a yard and WC area too for the maids to do whatever she needs to do here. So it's a very functional layout for the 5 bedrooms. If you observe, all the 4 bedrooms plus living area all facing towards outward view. You can see from this stack 03. And remember, towards the west, the side window here, we get to see the nice west view as well. So it's an amazing view for all the important components. Okay, as you can see from this side view of the junior master. The junior master comes with ensuite for you to enjoy as well. And this dry kitchen for you to entertain the guests by putting up all the fruit platters here, wine chiller, and for domestic helper to do their work here. So that is the 5-bedroom, very limited supply, 22 units only. And of course, penthouse. There's only 3 penthouses. Okay, now the developer haven't yet provided official penthouse. Okay, 2 units of penthouse 2293 and 1 unit of 2497 square foot. This penthouse 1 and penthouse 2. So once the developer provide the agent with the floor plan on penthouse, you can request for them if you are considering penthouse. Generally, the penthouse are all towards the north facing, which is the, of course, it's panoramic because it's at highest floor, highest level. Okay, panoramic far view towards the reservoir, towards the park, towards the very assured, we call it the landed enclave. So for view person, the penthouse could be just right for you. And last but not least, I'm coming to the end. Okay, 812 within time. Award-winning developer. Who exactly this developer is? UOL, Singland, and Kheng Leong. As you can see, there are developers that won award. Clavon Avenue South Residences, they won what we call the Asia Property Awards, not just a local award, but also global award. The Clement Canopy and the Principal Garden, also award winning. So you get to see Majestic Tower. They are not new to doing iconic, timeless Majestic Tower. And these two, Principal Garden as well as the Clement Canopy, all both won plenties of awards. So we got this very developer that builds AMO Residences. And Mayor House, they position the Mayor House as the Nassim of the East. The 3-bedroom for Mayor House is about 5 million, 4-bedroom is about 7 million. So that's why the lux, the high-end DNA is within the very developer. And the very developer are also the developer that's going to develop AMO Residences. So they already won for this Mayor House, best low-rise condo, best condo landscaping, etc., etc. So this is to give you the feel, the background of who the developer is. It's also the very developer that develops Nassim Park Residences, the very high-end development in Nassim. Yes, and he is the developer that do AMO Residences. And the developer has won numerous FIACI World Deep Excellence Award. So if you go and Google this particular award, generally it means much more than beauty contest. You can already see the stunning, awesome 2 Majestic Tower, but it represents a project that are a cut above others. So it's more than just the beauty contest that the developer wanted to achieve, but also remember that small details that we mentioned, making sure that the facilities provide the bonding, the social interaction that can be achieved with the daily rituals, needs, and wants in mind for all the residents within the developments. Okay, architect. Remember the architect, the P&T, the inspiration and the design as shared earlier on, yes, is by them. The whole idea is through them. They focus on design excellence. The P&T is award winning. They incepted 1868. Okay, they got more than 150 years of history, 25 countries. Their main idea is always to provide, they believe in providing client with innovative, commercially successful and sustainable design solution. That has always been their belief. Okay, innovative and also sustainable design solutions. So we got this very architect that designs AMO Residences. Okay, ranging from Park Nova, very high-end development, yes, by P&T, about 4,000 plus per square foot. Okay, Forex at Bukit Timah. Okay, Park Clementes, Seaside Residences, 15 Holland U, huge, big format unit, luxurious units. Amokyo Gem Residences, Novell 18. So this architect is also the very architect that's going to design, yes, AMO Residences. So it's not surprising when you go to AMO Showplat, you get to see the luxe feel. Okay, you'll be amazed, it's mind-blowing. Okay, you can start to see the small little details, especially for those who happen to attend today's session to know the inspiration behind. Award-winning consultant is this guy, STX, Sitetectonix. So this guy actually is award-winning. These are the number of track records, aplenty, ranging from the Concourse Skyline Scotts Tower in Orchard area, Sage Condo, One Amber, Sophia Hills, River Gates, Duchess Residences, Belleville Residences. So these are the track records. And the very award-winning landscape consultant are also the one that designed the AMO landscaping. Okay, and last but not least, the builder, United Tech Construction, award-winning. Okay, the very builder for Avenue South Claiborne and Copa at Newton. And as you can see from here, yes, preview is 9 to 23rd July, where you can get to see the show flat. The earliest appointment is at 10 a.m. All the way to 8 p.m. Week, and we'll slightly extend 1 more hour. You can find out the details from your agent. And last but not least, I'm going to end with some facts and figures. Supply in Ang Mo Kio planning area. Okay, so the last part. So the question is, we ask ourselves, is water in the desert precious? Is water in the desert precious? So most of us will say the water in the desert is precious. The question is, if it's precious, the answer is, why is it precious? Why is it precious? Okay, because it's very limited in supply. Yeah, very limited in supply. So when it's very limited in supply, Economic 101 tells us that when it's very limited in supply means there's a preservation of value. That means there will always be a value there. Why? There's always a value in the water in the desert because it's limited supply. So how does this link to AMO Residences? So looking at the whole product concept, the product quality that you see, if you go to this whole Ang-Mo-Kio planning zone, right? In total, there's only 3 launches: the Panorama, the Central Residences, and the Grandeur 8, and AMO Residences being the 372 units. So you get to see in total, it's close to about 1,600 units only. So if you plus the 372, it's less than 2,000 units. Less than 2,000 units. And the last launch, right, is the last launch was the Panorama, which is in 2014. More than 8 years, we don't have another supply in an Ang-Mo-Kio planning area. Yes, AMO Residences is like water in a desert. So the preservation of value is there. So the key is, so long an investor and residents, if you are buying with a long-term horizon, I feel the preservation of capital, the statistic is working on your side. Okay, so that is the very supply that I want to share on some of the interesting facts and figures that AMO Residences have. And thank you very much. I have come to the end, and I really hope today's session, right? Okay, I've covered the inspiration behind AMO. I love Ang-Mo-Kio. Deep dive into the site analysis, design concept, and also the design inspiration on Ang-Mo-Kio Bishan and how it translates to a miniature AMO, as well as how the landscaping using the CG movement concept, strict geometry of horizontal and vertical lines, okay, by overlapping the organic, the water, the blue and the green with human man-made elements to provide a kind of cluster facilities that facilitate love. And of course, I also covered the project details, okay, the site plan, the stack plan, as well as the elevation plan, as well as the different unit mix and home features. We call it the smart home, all at the fingertips. And of course, you have a glimpse on the premium and the quality luxury fittings and appliances that AMO Residences developers providing, as well as the different type of floor plan for you to choose in terms of priority stack and also low floor and high floor, and also show you a little bit about the detail on who is the developer, architect, landscape architect, and also the builder, as well as a little bit on, is water in the desert precious? Why is it precious? Precious because it's limited in supply. And when something is precious, there's preservation of value, because the Economic 101 works from there. And how does it relate to AMO Residences? And AMO Residences, interestingly, based on fun fact, within the whole Ang-Mo-Kio planning area, there's only 1,006 currently. And it's really rare for AMO Residences. Within one click, got 3 good primary schools. So the resale value is very high. Rental income within the proximity is also very healthy. So coming to this, so long investor or homestay buyer, if you buy for a long term, you buy prudently, okay? Yes, the preservation of value is there. The risk is reduced to the minimum. And last but not least, will be some Q&A. And with that, I end my session today. Any Q&A, I can take maybe 2-3 minutes now. It's 8:21. I started in 7:06. Okay, so it's exactly 75 minutes. I'll take 2-3 minutes of a question, if any. Let me see, is there any question? Okay, like a good bonding and love, like AMO Residences. See this perspective? AMO Residences. And thank you very much for all your attention. Thank you. Now it's 8:22. Enjoy your Saturday night. Bye.